Finally, the Pebble has laid the smackdown on the four pillars. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And Ricky Starks, aka the Pebble, aka the guy that looks like a mini Rock, aka the guy that wishes he was a tenth as good as the Rock, has been in an interview and he's been doing what we love to do here on Fog Wrestling. He's been bashing AEW and the prospect of these so-called pillars. So if you don't know, there is four pillars in AEW. They are MJF, they are Sammy Guevara, they are Jungle Boy, and they are Darby Allin. Now, these four pillars are supposed to represent the pillars of AEW. It's like these four guys are supposed to be like the stronghold, the guys that keep AEW standing. You know, without these pillars, AEW just comes collapsing down. That is what we are supposed to believe. These are like the foundations. These guys have built AEW on their backs. I think that is a load of crap. And so does Ricky Starks. Now, he was in an interview with The Corner, apparently some like wrestling interview website, whatever, and they asked him on the possibility of him becoming a fifth pillar in AEW. And this is what Ricky Starks had to say. Quote, "Can I speak on that? I actually hate the idea of pillars. It's weird, but I loathe the idea of a pillar because one, it's a full gimmick and it came from one guy who there's nothing behind it. You get what I'm saying? To say those four dudes are the pillar of the company, you know what you're doing by saying that? Fuck everybody else who did anything. Those people don't matter. It's these three guys that we deemed. I have bestowed this sacred title upon thee and I want you to go forth and do it. No, I don't believe in that. It's a very sweet gesture to say Ricky should be considered the fifth pillar. Davey, I don't need to be a pillar, okay? I can be a foundation. I can be a roof. I can be the person outside maintaining the lawn. I don't need one of that because to me, that's a box within itself. Four pillars, you got me whacked. Four pillars are what? Name one Coliseum that you know that's famous. I bet you couldn't even do that. End of quote. So he's bashing the idea here of four pillars, and rightfully so. And I agree with him. Basically, it's like, what makes these guys so special that they are called one of the four pillars? I mean, you could argue, aside from MJF, that Ricky Starks has got more potential and has arguably done more and has been more relevant in AEW than any of the three other pillars. You could argue someone like Orange Cassidy, and I don't like the guy. I think he's the most fucking annoying guy on the roster. But you could make a claim that Orange Cassidy is more of a pillar than the likes of Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara. Wardlow, big fucking guy. He's been pushed to the moon in AEW ever since breaking away from MJF. He's been given like a Goldberg-like push, and you could claim Wardlow as a pillar of AEW more than the other four guys. So I'm not exactly sure why these guys are considered pillars. Then Ricky Starks went on to talk about what do they do? Do they bring in numbers? Do they bring in ratings? Do they sign my paycheck? And this is what Ricky had to say. Quote, "So to say that these four guys are the ones that are going to make and break, let's see the numbers. You all want to talk about ratings? Let's see the ratings for y'all four. Let's see how much money y'all are making. If y'all want to keep bringing up all this bullshit, let's see it pen to paper. How are the quarterly hours doing when all of you are on TV? Let's see it. I want to see it. The four pillars, hell yeah. My paycheck is signed by those four dudes, hell yeah. Let me see you get what I'm saying. I don't even like the conversation. I don't want to be included. Keep me away from all of that shit. I don't want that. I don't want to be considered a pillar. This ain't All Japan. You know what I'm saying." End of quote. So, I mean, it does seem like Ricky Starks is bashing these pillars. Maybe not necessarily the four guys personally, but I do believe that he maybe looks at this and thinks, well, you know what? I'm better than these guys. I've done more than these guys. Why are they being considered a pillar and I'm not? Now, he's shot down the idea. Now, I do think it's possible that Ricky Starks just doesn't like the idea of them being called pillars, which I agree with. You know, I think it's a dumb idea. I think it was simply just a way to try and make four guys stand out. from the beginning. I think AEW just wanted to put this title on these 4 guys, hoping that it would help them in their career by naming them one of the pillars, that it would somehow progress them further up the ladder. It would help progress them further in the company. I think it's a dumb idea. It's fair to say that Ricky Starks thinks it is a dumb idea, but he also might think that he is better than half of these guys that are on it. Maybe not MJF. Okay, maybe he hasn't done as much as MJF, but the other 3 guys, you could argue, absolutely, he's done more than the other 3 guys. So, I mean, hell, even like a Britt Baker, you could argue. I mean, who's done more for AEW? Britt Baker or a Sammy Guevara or a Jungle Boy? Seriously. Even the Acclaimed feel like more of a pillar than these guys. So, yeah, no, they can be called the 4 pillars, and we had that 4-pillar match for the title again. I think the only reason that match happened because these guys are called the 4 pillars. If these 4 guys were not titled as the pillars of AEW, that match would never have happened. So, yeah, no, I mean, can people be annoyed that these guys are getting a push? Possibly. Like, why the fuck is Jungle Boy getting a world title shot? Seriously, Jungle Boy, what has he done? Sammy Guevara, I mean, what has he done? You know, these guys are getting big title matches and they're getting pushed up the card here for this pay-per-view simply because they are regarded as a pillar. And it's just, in my opinion, a really stupid fucking thing to do in the first place. I don't see them as pillars of AEW, and neither does Ricky Starks by the looks of it. Anyway, guys, that is it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with this whole pillar concept? Do you think the 4 pillars is a good thing in AEW? And if you do, or even if you don't, do you think these 4 guys are the best guys that were like entitled to be the 4 pillars? I personally don't. I'm looking at AEW. I don't see these as the 4 guys that helped this company grow, the 4 foundations of this company, the 4 main players of this company. I mean, I don't see that at all. I really, really don't. Anyway, guys, that's it. I will catch you in the next one. And, of course, until then, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching, and peace.